don't know. As an only child, I don't particularly care to be around people. Maybe that's normal, maybe that's not. I have no basis of comparison, so for me, that's totally rad. Things I don't experience because of that: boredom, loneliness. I am my own best friend and good time factory. I have to be rock and roll central because there's literally no one else around. Being resilient. Yo, I am tired of restarting and restarting and restarting. I realize that I'm good at it. I wish that I didn't have to, but I've learned to look at it as such a blessing when it does happen. If I hate a situation, I leave it, and that's pretty cool. If that situation is a relationship, bye. If that situation is a job, any shift can be my last shift. And that really helps me get through some really terrible days going, I can make this decision at the end of this to say, all right, thank you. Just letting you know this is my last time, and have a great day. You can mail me my check. And I will begin again, and I will start over, and I will start something else in a different category, in a different town, in a different genre that I've done before. If I were to have an fuck it kind of even weekend, I would ruin everything. To go through a particularly ruinous divorce and not do the stereotypical thing, I mean, I wasn't thinking of it at the time, but in hindsight, I'm really proud of the decisions that I made. What's really typical for women going through divorce, these is facts. Spending, going on sprees, shopping, retail therapy, trips to see your friends. I get that. That's really hard because you do want the support system around you, and that may not be in your immediate vicinity. I would have really loved to see my international friends and my friends on the other side of the country, but alas, when your friends are based on the internet and video games, they tend to live where they live. I, on the other hand, sat and wrote a 150,000 word fanfic, which cost no one anything other than my sanity and a little bit of dignity. But I looked forward to staying home. I looked forward to a project. I looked forward to something to do that had a goal, that had an end game to it. And it wasn't just this barfing of money in all directions. How did I get there? How did I get to that point? A lifetime of fiscal responsibility? Can't tell you, because I was my own parent, really. If I wasn't responsible, no one was going to be responsible. There would just be chaos. There would not be chaos in terms of rebellion, in terms of acting out because there'd be a safety net. I had to weave this safety net thread by thread myself from a very young age. And I hate this feeling that I should be ashamed of my accomplishments in that I feel like bear with me. I feel like we've fallen into sort of suffer culture where it's sort of this one-upping of how unfortunate and terrible people's lives are. Oh, my job's worse. Oh, my job's worse. I spend all this extra time at work. My home's a mess. Oh my God, my home's a mess. It's just like the Olympics of falling through the cracksness. My house is always clean. My shit is always in order. My bills are always paid in full. My life never gets to a point where I need to go, oh shit, Now it's for real. And the only times in my life when it has fallen into that has not been my fault. Has not been my fault. Has been someone else foisting their bullshit upon me. Look, empathy is a piece of shit. Empathy doesn't help anybody do anything, really. It just makes you sit in somebody else's feelings, which, you know what? My feelings are enough. I don't also need to sit in your feelings. Sorry, but that's also a lie. I'm not sorry. I don't wish like the depth of my suffering on others, except my enemies, but I cannot also deal with the depth of my suffering and the depths of your suffering. Dear friend or rando person or coworker who I don't know very well who just wants to foist something on me. Because again, it's the suffering Olympics. What I'm supposed to say to that is, oh my God, tell me about it. I'm the same way. Oh my gosh, I'm so broke. Thank God it's payday. Ha ha ha. It's sort of the financial ruin of women. I can't imagine that men get together and talk about how broke and just wretched their like relationships are. But you put women in a room together and we're supposed to just engage in this hierarchy of suffering that I'm not here to do. I'm not here to do. And I don't want to play down a lifetime of specific choices that I've made in order to fit in with the people who are failing down. I'm at least failing up at this point. And the fact that I've set enough passive okayness that it's going to be fine. Was this a fun thing to go through in life? Absolutely not. It meant kissing the ass of a lot of people that I couldn't stand for a very long time. Family members that I don't care for. I had to break up with my father this year and tell him, look, dude, I'm getting nothing out of this. Please, please, please do not contact me ever again. I thought of it as if this was a relationship with some other man who would contact me once a year to say, don't you love me yet? No, I don't love you yet. You've done nothing. You've done nothing to merit any sort of connection between us. And he goes, ooh, and he goes away for a year, comes back a year later, do you love me yet? No, dude, I'm never gonna love you. Clearly we have nothing in common. You don't know who I am. Please see yourself out. I don't feel bad about that. About ending this cycle of bullshittery and garbage. When I think of my family in my brain, I've never really included my father in that. And so to have less things, less people to try and please that will never be pleased no matter what, is really awesome. Realizing that my family has a depth to which they're capable of giving. That was a big thing to realize over the last year. That they are in fact doing the best they can, and the best they can is not enough for me, but I realize that I can no longer expect more when they are in fact giving their all, their version of all, what they can. As much as I enjoy being by myself, it has become a challenge over the last year and a half, to then now do things on my own. Go see a movie, go see a play, go out to eat, go out to bars. Sit and be approachable and have nobody approach because they're on their phone, but all I can do is my best. And either it is recognized and acknowledged or not. And that can't be what I'm going for. It can't be for me to make connections with like-minded people. I realize that I'm in a severe minority of people that are this in their own head, that are this self-actualized. I realize this is a lonely road. I never meant to be on it, but this is the road that I'm on. And I would rather be on a road with no one on it than on a bumpy, rocky, off-road adventure careening down a hill. Which is what I see a lot of my friends and coworkers doing. It's just sort of careening wildly around. While my path may look boring, I am actually super thrilled every day because I get to actualize ideas. I get to better myself every day. I get to work on my own personal projects every day. And that ain't half shabby. And I'm still here. I'm still here. All the people who've literally tried to kill me, who've literally tried to end my trajectory and my ambitions and my dreams, specifically to be cruel, I'm still here. And I'm still falling upward. And at the end of the day, isn't that what matters? Revenge. Makes me thrilled. Puts gas in my engines. Not even that they're necessarily going to know. I have a feeling that 2 of my exes will deliberately go out of their way to avoid any sort of acknowledgement that I still live. And so any sort of my success is just going to fly right over their heads. There's 2 sides. Either men are absolutely unaware of the damage they cause, or are aware and just don't care. I feel like it's 50-50, honestly, depending on the person. They're absolutely negligent, or they go, I'm sure it's fine. She said it's fine. This other girl, I dated this other girl once, like 10 years ago, and like I never called her back, and like I set fire to her house and I stole her dog. She said it was fine. And so you know what? Anything I do is fine. It's fine. My mom says that I'm fine. Why would my mom lie? My mom's the best woman in the world. My mom's the number 1 woman in my life. I'll fucking kill you. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Trying to be bitter and not better, but bitter is the flavor that I enjoy. So I'm stuck of 2 minds. I lean into this and become truly the villain the world deserves. Because I would be very good at it. Or I try to bury it and then be relatable in a way that is slightly, look at the way I'm talking right now. I hate it. I hate that idea. I want to sway from the villain idea because I feel that it's off-putting. But you know what? My face is asymmetrical. I look a little bit like an alien or an elf. I don't have earlobes. I've been given what I'm given, but it's only so much. And anytime that I try and get away from the villain era aspect of my existence, I feel like my confidence falls apart. The tone of my voice has changed. There has to be benefits to a apathetic, low empathy, meh kind of life. I feel like that's what's kept me young. I don't really have much of an expression. It's not so much resting bitch face as so much as like absolute neutrality of I honestly don't care. My face isn't resting. Literally, my chaotic energy is resting. I cannot get it up for people's drama. I can't. I like my drama on the stage, on the page, and out of my life. That's it. I believe I'm going to succeed, not because I'm special or that I'm owed anything or that I necessarily have wild and crazy skills. I feel that it's going to be okay because I don't see anybody else like me. I don't see anybody living my life. I don't know where the women are in their 40s. I don't hang out at Costco or Home Goods. Where are they? Like women who are like 40 plus who are still like rocking and rolling in their lives? I don't know. I haven't run into any.